Fidelity has marked down the value of Twitter X by 65%. Elon Musk says posts busted by community notes won't earn revenue share. From Software begins recruiting large-scale development staff for multiple new projects and will also hold mid-career recruitment online briefing sessions.
David Beckham Netflix documentary has been doctored truth to spin narrative, say fact-checkers. Comcast shares fall as NBC owner sheds broadband cable customers.
Ron DeSantis compares elementary school teachers to Hamas terrorists. Leasehold law will be in King's Speech, says housing minister. France's Macron announces plans to enshrine abortion rights and constitution. Palestinian civilians didn't deserve to die in Israeli strikes, U.S. chief security advisor says. Biden presses Netanyahu on protecting civilians, increasing aid for Gaza. Israel reopens second of 3 water pipelines into Gaza.
Hamas sees all its hostages as Israelis, official tells Russian state media. Pope Francis calls for a ceasefire in the Holy Land. U.S. blames Hamas for not letting American citizens out of Gaza.
In South Korea, police uniform costumes to be forbidden during Halloween celebrations. Sharp rise in bear attacks in Japan as they struggle to find food.
India police detain man as suspect in explosion that killed 3 people at Jehovah's Witness gathering. Former Hamas chief Khalid Meshal virtually addressed rally against Hindutva, Zionism and Kerala's Malappuram. U.S. Treasury Deputy Secretary says, vast majority of terror group financing does not come from crypto. Indians are entering the U.S. illegally in record numbers. El Salvador charges a $1,000 fee on travelers from India and Africa to combat migration to the U.S. Kenya to become visa-free to African visitors. Crypto miners lobby U.S. lawmakers to counter environmental misunderstanding. Taiwan introduces virtual asset management bill for enhanced industry oversight. Thai banking giant K-Bank acquires Situang Exchange to grow crypto business.
Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles, out for season. Max Verstappen dominates Mexican GP, sets record for most wins in season. Celine Boutier wins LPGA Malaysia after 9-hole playoff. Moscow will confiscate EU assets if Brussels steals frozen Russian funds, Putin ally says. Ukrainian drones hit nuclear waste facility, says Moscow.
Australia's free trade deal with EU collapses as both sides accuse the other of being unwilling to compromise. In Australia, migration surge adds to inflation pressure for RBA.
G7 calls for immediate repeal of bans on Japanese food, pressing China. Declining Bering Sea ice, linked to increasing wildfire hazard in northeast China.
USA to return 1,414 ancient Murtisan artifacts, including Met Museum displays which were illegally taken from India. China drops Lunar New Year's Eve as public holiday, sparking outcry. In Poland, Supreme Court rules against shops that circumvented Poland's Sunday trading ban. In Switzerland, over 60,000 people left the church in 2022. Medical examiner indicates additional investigation required in death of actor Matthew Perry. Canada Prime Minister Justin Trudeau reacts to former classmate Matthew Perry's shocking death.
Pentagon forges ahead with massive arms buildup in Israel, Jordan, Cyprus. Plan to build AUKUS submarines in Adelaide is a fairy tale in pork barreling, Alexander Downer says. UAW reaches tentative deal with Chrysler parent Stellantis to end 6 weeks-long strike. The deal between UAW and Ford gets union big wins on wages, benefits, investments. UAW escalates strike against the lone holdout GM after landing tentative pacts with Stellantis and Ford. Unifor reaches tentative agreement with St. Lawrence Seaway.
Cops were sent to Maine gunman's home weeks before massacres amid concern he is going to snap and commit a mass shooting. Alleged Maine gunman tried to buy a silencer months before Lewiston shootings. A study estimated that infections were responsible for 4.3% of the cancers diagnosed among adults in the U.S. in 2017, of which 2.3% were attributable to HPV, 0.6% to H. pylori, 0.5% to HCV, 0.5% to EBV, 0.1% to HBV, 0.1% to Merkel cell polyomavirus, 0.06% to Kaposi sarcoma-associated herpes virus, and 0.04% to adult T-cell leukemia or lymphoma. The cancers with the highest number of infection-attributable cases were cervical, gastric, oropharynx, and HCC.
Cell phones are irresistible because we crave novelty and digital distraction. Trauma, severe stress in childhood linked to criminal legal involvement in next generation. Daylight savings can disrupt those living with dementia. Assassin's Creed, The Crew and Rainbow Six boosts the Ubisoft revenue, up 14% in H1. Lords of the Fallen budget clocks in at around $66 million.
The Economist magazine comments, the era of the hermit consumer. Spain to be the Eurozone's growth engine in 2024, claims an economist. Our MB clearing bank opens in Laos.
China upgrades diplomatic ties with close U.S. ally Colombia. The luxury real estate portfolio of the looters of Venezuela's state oil company revealed 21 homes valued at $52 million. Colombia to send energy to drought-stricken Ecuador. Kazakhstan mourns after ArcelorMittal mine disaster kills 45. Climate change expert Professor Salim Al-Haq passes away in Dhaka.
The biggest insect to ever creep the earth was a giant dragonfly-like bug. Mouse embryos grown in space, for first time by Japanese researchers. Humane's AI pin could cost $1,000 and require a subscription. In the UK, officials blocked James Dyson's £6 million donation to state school. Xbox will no longer be able to use uncertified controllers and other accessories in November 2023.
iPad mini, MacBook Pro, and Magic Keyboard batteries resubmitted to regulatory database ahead of Apple event. Honor says its new phone lets you open apps with your eyes.